Everyone, and welcome to today's video. This is a B2 level vocabulary lesson. We're going to be continuing our discussion of idioms. These are idioms for the workplace. Part 1, there'll be a part 2 because there's quite a lot of workplace idioms. And the first example is we need to be on the same page. So look at the photos and read the text and then match each idiom to its meaning. I think everyone on the team is pulling their weight except Bob. Bob hasn't done anything. And so pulling one's weight would be to do one's part of the work. There are many projects in the works for next year. That would be A, currently being planned, worked on, or produced. And we want to hire an employee who can bring a lot to the table. What can you bring to the table? To bring a lot to the table is to provide something that will be a benefit. So to bring to the table means to provide something that is a benefit. What do each of these employees bring to the table? And you can answer this question in the comments. It looks like Jason maybe has a new idea. Alex maybe brings mathematical ability. Tim is a hard worker, staying late, doing lots of work. And Marco looks like maybe he can multitask, do a lot of things at the same time. To pull one's weight means to do one's fair part of the work. Emily isn't pulling her weight. So what could you say to Emily? Again, look at the photos and read the text and then match each idiom to its meaning. It's important that we're all on the same page before we move forward. All on the same page means to be in agreement. They brought her on board a few weeks ago and she's already had a great impact. It would be working with someone, employed by someone. And she checks her email every morning to stay on top of her work. That's to stay informed or in control of something. So to be on the same page means to be in agreement. Are you and your boss or employees always on the same page? And in the image below, who is not on the same page? It looks like Tobias is the one who does not agree. The others are arguing with him. Okay, we have some more photos. Look at the photos, read the text, and then match each idiom to its meaning. Let's touch base later to finish the project together. Touch base is to make quick contact or check in with someone. It took me a week to learn the ropes at my new job, is to learn how to do a job or activity, especially when you're new to it. And he got his foot in the door by working as an intern at the company. That's to get a small opportunity to start working in a company or field. Now complete these dialogues using the idioms provided. In the works and on board. And you can put your answers in the comments if you'd like some feedback. Alright, now change the sentences using the idioms provided. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So everyone must do their fair share of work on the group project. Everyone must pull their weight. Let's talk quickly after the meeting about our project. Let's touch base after the meeting. What can you contribute to the team? Or what do you bring to the table? A new plan is being planned right now. A new plan is in the works. Let's meet later to ensure that we agree. Let's touch base to see that we agree. And she always keeps up with all of her work. She always stays on top of her work. To touch base means to briefly contact someone. How often do you touch base with your boss? How do you touch base? An email, a meeting, or a call? And you can answer those questions in the comments if you'd like. Again, you're going to look at the photos, read the text, and then match each idiom to its meaning. Please keep me in the loop about any changes to the schedule. So to keep in the loop is to be informed and up to date about what is happening. I was out of the loop while I was on vacation, so I missed the news. That means to be unaware of recent news or updates. And we need some new ideas. It's time to think outside the box. That means to be creative. Great, so to be in the loop means to be completely aware of information available to only a small group of people. To be out of the loop means to be unaware of information that is available to only a small group of people. Who is in the loop and who is out of the loop. So it looks like Susanna and Eddie are in the loop and Theo is out of the loop. Now, are you a creative person? Do you think outside of the box? Do you need to think outside of the box to be successful? And does your job allow you to be creative and present new ideas? Again, you can answer those questions in the comments. Look at the photos, read the text, then match each idiom to its meaning. The company gave a raise across the board. That would be for everyone or everything in the group. The idea didn't work, so we had to go back to the drawing board to start over and make a new plan. And the flight was late because of the weather. It's beyond our control. It's something you can't change or stop. To stay on top of something means to stay well informed about something. Do you stay on top of the news? We also say stay on top of something when we talk about managing everything in our life. Do you stay on top of your emails? Now match each idiom to its meaning. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Great. To learn how to do a job or activity is to learn the ropes. To stay well informed about something is to stay on top of things. To achieve the first step towards a goal or towards achieving an opportunity, that's to get one's foot in the door. To think in a creative or unique way is to think outside the box. And to briefly contact someone is to touch base. Now use the idioms to create a sentence about each image, and you can put your sentences in the comments. Now change the sentences using the idioms provided. Again, you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. It will take time for me to learn how to do this. It will take time for me to learn the ropes. His part-time job helped him to start his career. His part-time job helped him to get his foot in the door. Keep me updated. Keep me in the loop. The new rule applies to everyone. The new rule applies across the board. And we need to start over because the idea didn't work. We need to go back to the drawing board. Now there are two types of workers, blue-collar and white-collar workers. A white-collar worker is a person who works in an office, and a blue-collar worker is a person who performs manual labor. Are the following people blue-collar or white-collar workers? So here, it's like a carpenter or construction worker would be a blue-collar worker. This is a plumber, he would be a blue-collar worker. This person is working at a computer, so she would be a white-collar worker, and a doctor is also a white-collar worker. Alright, now complete each idiom with the missing word. Again, you can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So why should we hire you? What can you bring to the table? We currently have an iPhone application in the works. Everyone on the team needs to pull his or her own weight. I hope that we're all on the same page. And we're planning to bring 10 new employees on board next year. Let's touch base sometime next week. It took him a couple of months to learn the ropes. I'm impressed with your idea. You really think outside the box. I just graduated from university and need some help getting my foot in the door. She makes daily lists to help her stay on top of things. My dad is a construction worker. He has been a blue-collar worker for all his life. Some white-collar workers, like doctors, are very well paid. And he has been away for 2 weeks, and when he returned, he felt like he was out of the loop. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, participate in the comments, and I will see you next time.